Hi, welcome back to a new part of a tutorial about our train. Today we want to make the rocks. So I open the last file I did. Oh, that was the wrong one. But it's okay. We take that. Good. We have to do some rocks there. Um, when we look at the original picture, then we know what I mean. I take here my original picture in. So add mesh image as plane. There are textures that I searched for that project here. And now we need here the original picture that is here, and it is that here. Rotate x 90, scale up. That is the whole scene that I want to build. So for that, we have to do this bridge here. So we will start to make the stones for that, because you can make it with a texture on it, but you will see that that is only a texture and no real deep. Either you use bump effects or normal maps or something else, you would see that. So we build that real with real stones that we built. So I take another layer, this one here, with Shift C, I make this in the middle. Then we make now the stones. I make your screencast keys on. So I add mesh a cube to make from them a stone for this water, for this bridge. We have to change them. So we can here make 2 times subdivide, only in edit mode. And then you see you have here possibilities to change that completely, or you can randomize them. I will take randomize. You see what happens. With them, you can handle the random value of this cube there. Then you can also smooth down the vertex, so it isn't that strong effect like before. Then no stone is real so harsh edges. So we get them with proportional editing on and move them a little away so that we have more a natural look of a stone, but not too much. That is important. Good. We make it on all sides because of one reason. When we have that, we can cut it in half and get it from each side. So we have done not one stone, we made many stones. That is why that is good. So we have that. When we have a smooth on it, it looks like that. And you see there are the hard edges too. So we go in here, add a modifier, a subdivision surface, level 1. And then we must make this randomize again, so that we can give them more of them. That was too much, so we go back. I think we'll let it like it is. Okay. So we look from front, then Shift D to duplicate, rotate set 90 degrees, Shift D, rotate set 45, no, That's too much. 180. Don't know what happens. Try to go back. Okay. So that is the 181, I think. And then we have that nearly. So we can now, we only need the front of this stones there, because the other one comes directly behind that. So that means we can take Shift D that here and rotate that in another direction. So rotate X 90, then we get that, and rotate that in, rotate Y 90, rotate X 90 maybe. So you can make more variations of them without making some new of them. So rotate Z 90, rotate Y 90, and so on. You know what I mean. That look the same. So we rotate X 90. So we got another one. Look that we have real different parts, because you will see that when they are all the same. Yeah, you will see that fast. So rotate X 180 and maybe another one. Rotate X 180. That is the same like that one. So rotate Y 90. That is here. We don't have it. Okay, that's good. So we make copy of all the stones. So we mark them all. Shift D to duplicate. Bring them down. Bring them in front. And I told you before we don't need them all. So we join that to one object. And we only need the front of them, because that is a bridge later, yeah? And you don't need thousands of stones with a background that you don't see later. So we delete the background of this whole things there and have only the front of them. You see here something goes wrong. So we don't get this words here, and now we can delete, and now we have, oh, another one. That is, he really tries to make here problems. Okay, so X words. Okay, there are our stones that we use to build the bridge. You see there aren't that what we need, because they are not uh, nearby, yeah, to the others. So file, save as. I take here 41, 41 point blend. Save as. Okay. Uh, we now make them more together. We disable proportioning. And what we have to do surely is that we use different variations of that one that we build now to get the one line, and they can follow each curve that we build. So that means we have, oh, here is another one. So we bring them there too. So we have that. Um, so we get that to the origin to the geometry, make a Shift D, then we get them Shift D in the edit mode, Shift D, and then we change the position of them. So um, we now can make another Shift D, and now we change the positions of these stones there and build there a new variation of them. So we grab that and maybe that and bring them here and this one here. And so we do that with many stones, that we have a great variation and nothing is the same, because I told it before, you see that fast when something is the same. So we do that several times and we got that. That is for the starters, okay. So make Shift D. And also we have different stones, so we need also um, different materials for that, yeah. So we get here material and make here rock 1. Oh, I have here on, okay, rock 1. So we give them the same materials as we used for the little stones there. So we have it in texture folder, and here are different types of stones, surely. So we take that one, then we make a second one, call it rock 2, and so on. Rock 2, we give them here another image in texture folder, and you should look that your textures, when you copy this whole project in another folder, you should take your texture folder with you, or you pack all the textures into the plant file. That is possible. I can show you that how to do, but in a moment I make this here. So rock 4. That is what the most people don't understand. They say, "Oh, why you make such much from them?" That is needed. With 5, there's a problem. You will see that later. We need much of them, much variations, as much as we can have. So the 6th one, image, good. So all textures that I take here are from textures.com. I told it to you last time, but maybe you don't know that. So, okay. We have to unwrap them all. So we make here from view. So we got that. That is now the first one, I think. Yeah, that is the first. Uh, we want to take another, but you see that isn't sharp. So because of that, we need here add the material in the node editor. Here's a node editor from this material, rock 1. And we need there to add input the texture coordinates and add there a vector. That is the mapping. I explained that to you last time, what it all makes and what's about them. So hope you heard the last one and see my last tutorial. So we have here a variation of that. We need this mapping in all, so we mark them both. Then Control C to copy, Then we go in the materials, Control V, to input that there. So here, take this one, Control C, and Control V. And then connect them. So we make it with all rock materials. And as more you make their correct material, as realistic that looks. Yeah, good. So we take here now our second maybe material. We make it on this one, this, and this. So rock 2, assign. Now we have two different ones. Now we go up. We take that one, that, 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 and make there the three. More variations. Here the 4 and that, 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 the 4, 5, and now only the 6 we need. We have many gray, so try to get them another one. Here we get the 6. So we now have a variation of different stone materials. That is good. But you see they don't look um, real good. So we try another unwrap, and we try here object, apply rotation scale because we changed them. Then we go edit mode, mark all, and unwrap smart UV project. And then the materials look better. The problem on all is that they have no real 3D effect at this moment, and that means we must make the displacement in. So that means when we take material rock 1, we have to connect the displacement, and you see you will get here this 3D effect here, but it is too much. So we have to do add converter, mask converter, make them with a multiply, then it's not that hard, and we take a value of 0.3 or some, and you see it isn't that hard, but it is there. So we make it as before. We copy that with Control C and make it in each material. Control V to input, and then connect the color and the displays. You see what happens. That is the better result than before. Control V. And then after that, we will build the bridge with these stones. That is funny thing. But the result later will be wonderful. So we done that. The only thing that is not correct in the moment, that is we have no places where they glow more than on other places. That means the glossy is now the thing we must do. And that means we need here not only a diffuse, we need a mix shader. So we add shader, mix shader to mix that with a glossy. So we need a glossy, add shader, glossy shader. Then we need this to plug in the mixer. So you see what happens. It is too shiny thing. That is not good. So we take here the color from our texture as a factor, and you see that's better. And we don't want to have only a white here. We give them a color too. So we have a special glowing effect. And that is, for me, is the best. So you can make it or you can let it by white. So I mark them both. Control C to copy them and post them in all materials too. Control C, Control V. Cut that here with holding Control, then left mouse button to cut, and then you have that. Then you can connect that, and it's done. Control V. Surely you can make there with light maps and occlusion maps and all these fucking maps that you can make. Mm, but I find my way to do such. You can do that, sure, and maybe it's better than that what I do. But you can try that. For me, that here is enough to get my stuff that I want to build. But that is in all parts is so. Uh, some say make it so, some say make it so. But you are the artist. You decide what is your way to do that, not what other one says. That isn't important. When you can handle that on your way, then make it in your way. That's not a problem. Or you can click here and get them out, like unplug that. That is the second way to get these pipes here gone. Good, we done that. We have our basic material, so file save. Now we want to build with them this bridge I told before. So we need curves for that. Why we have here double third? Oh, okay. Only want that. Yeah. So we need curves. I said before. So we add curve, Bezier curve, and rotate x 90. Get them up to edit mode, and we make one of the bending of the bridge there. That can be a bridge. So we try that we have. Yeah, that is good for bridge, I think. So good. File save. This one we copy again, and this one we copy again for security, so that when we make shit, we have that to correct that. Good. So we want to build the stones around the bridge, that is surely. So we have here our stones, set the origin to the geometry, so it is in the middle. And on this material, we need a modifier on this object. So we add curve modifier, and we want that this objects follow this curve. So we have here our curve modifier. It's red because we haven't given them the object name of the curve. So this curve is called Bezier curve. So we go back to our object and get the Bezier curve, and we place here the Y as a direction for that. Now we can tweak them along this pipe there. We go deeper and try all methods for that. It isn't set X. Yeah, in this case it is X. You can grab that, and when you're on that, you see that bends like the curve is. Good. We done that. We want to make a fast copy of that because that is a good one. So Shift D, and we have the second one of that for security. So now we can apply the subdivision, but not a 3. We don't need a 3. A 1 is enough, or maybe a 0. We take a 0. We don't need a subdivision for that. So we apply that curve. So we have that is now a mesh that is bended. That's good. And now we need that as the cement behind them, the beton. So with Alt C, we convert it as a mesh. Now we have here a normal mesh. Shift D to duplicate that. That we get here at the down part and try to scale that it fits with this model scale X, such like that. Good. Now we have to extrude that to the other part there. And for that we can inset faces. We can use that. The special about it is when you press E, you see down here there are options for that, and we need to hit I again for individual origins, put it on, and then we can scale that. Okay, fuck that. So we make it manually. Escape, scale, ready to go. Scale in the X, move it away. That is what I hate. Sometimes that goes, sometimes it doesn't. That is good. I grab that now with proportional editing. Then I can change that also, and I can scale it also. And then I get the same, like this other shit. But with the inset, surely that goes faster than that here. But sometimes you win and sometimes you lose. Good. Um, that is that here. We should make it a little bit nearer than we are in the moment. So I disable the proportional and make it by hand. That's the fastest way ever. And sometimes the best way. All this mathematic things that you can do, they aren't that easy to use, and I make errors, and so better make it on your own. Then you can say I'm the idiot that done that, not this shit program. Good. So we got that, and we have to unwrap that too, that it's clear. So we take the top line and go here to shading and give them a mark seam with the down part 2 mark seam, and the last is that here mark seam and the end Roxy. So we can now take that all, this beton thing, and project from view. Then we go here to our material and take their new material and call them beton 2 and search the texture for that. So we go here to image texture, open, and go in texture folder, and here we need to take the beton, and in this case it's that here. You see the mapping is not correct, and the texture coordinates are missing, so we have to do that. Add input texture coordinates and the mapping, connect that. Now we can make that here greater or smaller in the size, and we see 5 isn't enough, it's too rough, so we take here 9 and here 9. That looks better. I think 17 is okay. Yep. And we also give them here the displacement so that we have a little effect there. And again, this math modifier, get a multiply, then get the glossy on it, shader, mix shader, get a glossy shader, and put it in there. You see what happens there. So we need to color there and as a factor. Then we have, that is one of these round stuff that we need for this bridge. File, save. I will get the picture here too, so Shift D and move to this layer so that we can compare that with the real. That what we done is this bending here and here another one, and between them are stones. So that means we take this one, oh, go back, then we mark that all, Shift D, make a copy of that, join that together as one, get the origin to the geometry, then we make a copy of that, but before we take here that we get a straight band there. So there are two possibilities. You can cut that or you can move that with proportional. I try this one. I don't know that have a function or not. We will see that. So grabbing and then flute that, yeah, and we can get that to a straight one. Wonderful. Grabbing. Good. So we have that one. That goes down to the bottom. Okay. So with Shift, we take all, Shift D, and bring it to this place. And then between them must be stones. So we get our normal stones here, Shift D, and have to do them into. So we must look how high that is. That is to the maximum there. Okay. So I grab that there, but behind them, such like that. Then the origin to geometry as before. We make mon at the top. And then we need to bring that to the down point. So Shift D, make there that is set half to half, And another variation. For this variation, we can rotate Y 180. So we have a different one. Um, then another is to Shift D, set them on other points. So that you have much variations there. And then at last we delete them, the stones that we don't need. And then we have a halfway good looking result. Surely it is never the best, but it is. So we take this away, this, and this, and that can leave there. So X delete words. Then here we have to delete that one, this one, this. Yeah, good. Here is that all. L to get the stones. Here, border selection, and then with L you can delete the rest there. Good. We need to well, X, delete words, and here another one. Okay. So that can be the bridge later. We have to do that here on the side too, like it is here. Um, so with Shift D, we copy them here to the side and to the other side too. Delete what we don't need. So we let here a little plus there, but the rest we can delete. So border selection and L to get that one and X to delete that. So we get these variations all there, Shift D, and bring them into sure there are 1,000 ways to make that much easier than I do that, but who cares? We come to our goal, and that is what must be, and the rest is history. So we done that. The same we can put on the other side. So Shift D, and then we give them a mirror, and then we can plug that in. Good. We delete what we don't need. So that starts here with deleting that all. We make there a straight line later before we make the rough stuff. And then we can tweak the details later. And as I said before, you can make that with a simple bridge object 2 and give them then a texture with bump or something else, normal map or something. Then when you look then straight from front, and so then you can let it and it looks like a stone wall or something. But when you look from the light and all the other stuff that comes in, that doesn't look real. So better make it this way. It's complicated, I know, and it's much work, I know, but that is the right way to do that. Good. This one we have, so we have to make that here. How many stones that are? 2. So make here 2, and then we go up. So there are 2, and this we don't need. Surely you can join them all together and make it then it's much faster. But when I'm in the flow, I'm in the flow, so I'll let it go. I don't care about speed now or something. I'm in the flow, and so I'll go on. And when you make that often, you will get it by your own that you see that, oh, I will make it perfectly, so I will make these fucking stones by my hand and not only with a texture. And that is the way to get better, better, better. Your own want to be perfect or to get better and work around with that. Try that, and find your way to do it as an artist. Good. Oh, nearly done. Good. Now we join it all together. So we mark all. Shift D to duplicate. Bring it down. And join it all together. Now we have the possibility to cut that fast off to a straight line there. So we now can get here border selection. So we disable proportional, get B for border selection, and cut there too that all stones end at the same point. Such like here. Not that one. We see here some don't mark and some are marked. So we get here, this must be there, and this must be there, and this. Okay, yeah, not the best, but who cares? Good. We try to give our best. So again here, border selection, mark that, delete that, Good. Delete the last rest there, where some sticks coming out or something else. Good. Then we need surely a background for that, like here, this beton too. So we make here another mesh plane, rotate X 90, make it to the whole size of this bridge, rotate X 90. I saved that one time. Then we scale it on set. And scale that on X. And look that we are behind. Yeah, okay. Then we move all that we don't need to another layer because the PC, you see that is not that strong. So we move border selection and we select that all and move that to the next layer. So we have here another count, and so he's faster. So we only have that, and that is 500,000. That is much, sure, but we take an instant of that later. So we go in here and we need to get it in the flow with that. So Control R to make their loops in. One here at the start, one at the end, one at the start, and one at the end. Then normally you can say 5 times is enough to get a real looking round stuff. So we get here 5 loops in and here 2. Good. Then we take this words with proportional connected, grabbing roll the middle mouse to include all. Oh, no, I make it manually. So disable and then plug that into. So that is okay. So we have to make their beton on 2. So that here can be more there. Yes. Here is okay. That is okay too. And this one too. So we give there an unwrap from view and give them the same beton as there. So beton 2 we call that, and then we get that. That isn't the best, you know, I said it before, but it is a good try. Maybe we take another beton there. I see that a little bit rough stuff there and too many places between them. I must look, maybe that isn't at the rear back. Yeah, that was it. Now it is at the rear back and the places not as hard there. So I think here's the same. So I get this back, yeah, and bring them back. Not too much. only so that it looks halfway good. So grab to the Y. That is too much, too less. That can be good. Yeah. Here we have to do the same. Disable that. Take that. And go back, grab Y, and bring a little bit to back. So the stones come more out. Good. That is one part of our bridge. So we now bring that in the middle. So bring that there and that. We set the origin to geometry, so it is in the middle. Then Shift C to bring the cursor, 3D cursor in the middle. Then Alt G to bring this object in the middle. Then, oh, go back. Here we need to set origin to in the geometry, to the geometry. So in the middle, then Alt G to bring in the middle. We join both together, but must retweak a little. Let's see that. Yeah. Okay. Then we join both together and Alt G to bring it in the middle again. Then Control G to give them a group name. So we call it bridge part 1. And now we can use that as a instance later and it has 0 words. And before we do that, we have to intrude that surely. So extrude and bring it in. That we have a deepness there. That one needs then another unwrap. So I give them here an apply of the rotation scale. Then we get this one here and unwrap that by Smart UV project. And then we get that. We can make that rounder if we want. We will see that later how that looks in the scene completely. File, save. Make it as a render. Yeah, and when the sun and all later comes from the right sides, and so that will look great. Good. File, save as, and give them a new number, and save that. Good. Thanks a lot for this time. We will make then the rest at the next parts. So see you in the next tutorial. Thanks a lot. Bye.